Okay, my beautiful friends, here we are again. It's Friday. I don't know about you, but this guy is happy about that. Looking forward to the weekend. But let's put a few things together here, and some very interesting dialogue from the mainstream financial channels is kind of surprising to me, and I want to cover that too. Let's start off with the basics. Again, this is a pre-market video. Stock futures are higher as I am doing this video blog. But there's a lot of talk from the mainstream financial channels that they're admitting things are not adding up. And I want to cover that a little further in a minute here. Let's cover some other assets. Precious metals are under pressure. Cryptocurrencies are under pressure. None of you are surprised at the performance of precious metals and cryptocurrencies this week, because I explained to you last Saturday how this would play out this week, and it has exactly played out to the letter. We will continue to see pressure here for now with regard to precious metals and cryptocurrencies because of the risk-on environment, which may change. Hold that thought. Crude oil is above $54 a barrel, still in the danger zone. So I am watchful and mindful that an event may occur to prop it up. Remember, crude oil, the lifeblood of the military-industrial complex. The banks have massive investments in crude oil. The core of the military-industrial complex is the banks themselves. They will do whatever they have to do to prop up crude oil. Do you think it's just a coincidence that the U.S. military is mandated to protect the oil of OPEC nations? No. It's a setup. It's been a setup since its inception to rig the price of crude oil. The real price of crude oil, understand, the world right now is awash in crude oil. Why do you think that we keep hearing about OPEC cuts, OPEC cuts, OPEC cuts? There's too much oil. The real price of crude oil should be less than half of what it is today. But no, that will not be allowed to happen in this environment. This should be obvious to you. If you just put these things together, you can understand why we keep hearing about, oh, well, you know, OPEC is going to cut, they're going to cut, this is going to happen. Then why we get these false flag events? It's such a twisted game. Now, let's move forward here to the mainstream channels are saying, hold on a second here. If you follow this blog, and I talked about this just yesterday, you understand, we have not had a single round of good economic news in as far back as we can remember. All they talk about is the low unemployment, the fake U3 that they shove in your face. Well, you know, I watched the financial channels pretty much around the clock, over and overseas. I want to find out what's going on. Now, the chatter sounds like Gregory Mannarino. They're like, well, you know what? We're really not getting any good economic news. All we're hearing is the consumer is strong. The consumer is strong. But where's the good economic news? And a lot of people are talking about recession. Listen, I hear from people all over this country who email me, who write to me, all over the world. But people here in this country, business owners, are suffering. Small business owners are being pressured. Of course, the military-industrial complex, the major corporations are reaping windfall profits. The banks. This environment is sincerely pushing all this cash right up the chain here, stealing it from the middle class. Should be obvious, should be blatantly obvious. So now, here's the thing. When you have the mainstream channels starting to say, hold on a minute, this isn't adding up. Something is wrong. We're getting all of this bad economic news. Again, four more rounds of bad economic news in just the last couple of days. Retail sales falling off of a cliff, housing starts falling off of a cliff, factory orders falling off of a cliff, manufacturing continuing to slow down. We can go on and on. The service sector in contraction. It's incredible. But again, the U3, the fake unemployment number has to be pushed down the people's throat because it's all they can understand. Oh, unemployment is low, so that means our economy is great because the stock market is high. You understand? It's the programming. It's the brainwashing. But on the ground, our economy is in free fall. And the fact to me that it's starting to get airplay is very interesting. Let's see how this plays out today. If you happen to watch Bloomberg, CNBC, Fox Business, let's see who they parade out there. Because again, the narrative has been our economy is booming, whereas the rest of the world is slowing down. This is how it's being portrayed, even by Larry Kudlow yesterday, who said, "Oh, rate cuts, the Fed's behind the curve, but the rest of the world is slowing down, but we're doing really good in the United States." It's not true. This is a global economy. We're not exporting anything. Our trade deficits are exploding. Our fiscal deficits are exploding. I mean, it's in our face, and we are now in a full-blown QE. Whichever number you want to call it, it doesn't even matter anymore because it never stopped. All we know is that they're expanding their repo scam. They're going to be buying short-term debt, long-term debt, medium-term debt, recapitalizing the banks. I mean, does this sound like a booming economy to you? It's not. And again, the mainstream is saying something's wrong here. Why is the Fed acting like this? Why are we continuing to get bad economic news and meanwhile we're being told everything is as great as it can possibly be? Doesn't add up, does it? And again, keep politics out of it. Go right up the middle. You'll be able to see clearly. Otherwise, you are blind. Anyway, this guy right here loves you a lot. Please share this video. Pay attention a little bit to what you're hearing. Are you hearing what I'm hearing a little bit? That things are not adding up? Because they're not. People are starting, I think, to wake up to the lies, the fakery, and propaganda. How long can it go on before people realize that what they're seeing is real? What they're seeing is real, and what they're being told is nothing but lies, fakery, and propaganda. Anyway, take advantage of this, people. That's really the bottom line. What do you do about it? For me, it's simple. I trade this market, I make a profit, I pull my profits out, I convert it into other assets. If you don't want to trade this market, which is fine, it is challenging, you need to be betting against the debt, becoming your own central bank, holding hard assets. And again, to me, it also means holding cryptocurrencies. Again, the group of people globally that want to hold a non-Federal Reserve central bank issued note is growing. The demand is growing. The prices of metals are rigged. You know that. The proof is everywhere. JP Morgan gets caught red-handed. Month after month, you know what happens? Zero. They're also rigging the price of cryptocurrencies. Is a very simple thing to do. They are thinly traded assets. Because of that, the banks have a stranglehold on it, at least for now. In my opinion, this will change as well eventually. But for now, it doesn't matter. We don't care. Here's the bottom line. We don't care at all when these events are going to occur. We know they are. It gives us time to strategize. It gives us time to put ourselves in the right position. Good. Let them play their games. We're going to play ours too. How long have you heard me say that? Anyway, I know this is getting awfully long. I got to get to work. I start to set myself up pre-market, thinking about where I'm going to put my cash to work in the market. Anyway, with that said, love you a lot. Please share the video. Get it out there. I think it's really important. I will see you later.